better between Team of the Season Vitinha or Team of the Season Tolisso? Well, you're gonna figure that out in this video, as this is a 2-in-1, a player review and a player comparison. So you can figure out whether you should buy one of these cards and if the cards are worth their price and which one is better of the two. We will be using multiple categories to compare these cards to help make the final decision by the end of this video. So make sure you pay attention so you know certain things that will help you within this video. Now, before we get into the very important information of this video, take a look at this. It can be helpful. If you are looking to buy cheap and safe and reliable coin, go over to U7Buy and use code CV3 for 8% off. Link is in the description or link is in the comments to get cheap and safe coins so you can get the cards you want in the game. CV3. So first, let's talk about the price. Now look at here. Put it this way. Imagine sprinting full speed using Vitinha, going against your math teacher that eats nothing but cupcakes for lunch and dinner. Vitinha will absolutely burn them like nothing. And that would be like a 30th place player. But if you go against a player that is quite quick, like Mbappe, for example. So when you're comparing it to a card that's actually fast, Vitinha actually is able to hold his own because he's levels above a person that eats cupcakes all day. You feel me? So Vitinha is not slow in the slightest at all. With the ball, he's able to run and get past the defense. He just doesn't have a crazy speed boost. So he's not the fastest, but he's definitely not slow. But what about Tolisso? Oh, that dude, I'm gonna put it like this. At moments when I was using him and I was sprinting, I thought he was jogging. But then also I thought, oh, he's actually pretty quick. With this type of card, he has to pick up his top speed first before he really starts to show some speed. But the initial speed feels a little heavy on him. And it's very difficult to get to your top speed in the midfield. You feel me? And if you end up losing the ball, you need to be able to defend, right? And for these centre midfielders, they need to be able to intercept the ball, slide like a penguin to win the ball, standing tackles as well, all of that. Now, which card actually performs tremendous in that aspect? Well, let me just put it this way. Using Vitinha. For a second, I'm like, wait, is this guy black? Because I thought he was N'Golo Kante with the interception. That ball was sticking to him, gluing to him. He was in the right position to intercept the ball. I was kind of shocked with how well he was doing in that position. So if you like a midfielder that can intercept the ball, Vitinha might be the guy for you. On top of that, if you are looking for a midfielder that can really defend one-on-one and move back and forth, Vitinha is a little bit shaky on that aspect, but he doesn't feel that bad with his jockey move, even though he doesn't have the play style. Now, don't get it twisted. His tackle still may be ping pong FC because he has no anticipate, but it is what it is. But Tolisso, on the other hand, has jockey plus, so he can be sliding and gliding across the pitch like a madman to get the ball back, like how N'Golo Kante should be, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did feel that Tolisso had pretty good jockey movement. It didn't feel bad, but I didn't see him intercepting the ball as well as Vitinha. The positioning and the defense was not as good with the AI, but overall still a solid defender. And when you win that possession back of the ball, you need to be able to dribble and get out of certain situations that can be very difficult. You feel me, right? Now, who does that tremendous? Let me start off with Tolisso here. I'll use this as an example for the dribbling ability with Tolisso. If you're sliding down a water slide, it should be absolutely smooth sailing. Smooth, right? Just the water and you're gliding down. But if you're driving on the road and that road is a little rocky and bumpy, up and down all over the place, it's not the best experience. And that's my experience with Tolisso with the dribbling ability. I found that there are times that when I'm dribbling, I'm like, oh, he can twist and turn. He can turn into space, he can move. And then a little biggity moments happens. Even though he's not really a biggity, it feels like it, and it's unresponsive, and it allows my opponent to catch up to me and take the ball, and he won't turn responsive enough, which was quite annoying. So he's a decent dribbler, but I don't think he's top tier. And that's something I appreciate for a midfielder because it allows you to either create a quick goal scoring chance or to get out of dangerous positions to lose the ball. What about Vitinha? That press proven plus with this guy makes me say, oh yes! Because when you send a ping pass into him and your opponent is pressuring from the back, you can twist and turn, bait and move out of the way to have your opponent lost. And he's fast enough to turn because of the press proven to either send in a through ball to one of your players or just get around the defense, which is what I like. And his twisting and turning ability was very responsive with that 97 dribbling. His reactions was top tier, wasn't feeling like a clunk bucket, and I enjoyed that. But then again, there are moments where you are twisting and turning and then your opponent still finds a way to get near you. Do you have the strength to hold them off? Can you win in the air at least? If the ball flies up, well, look at here. The physicality for Vitinha, he's an absolute puss in boots. If you get near somebody like Van Dijk or even a strong midfield, they will body him off and throw him on the ground like it's nothing to them. Breakfast, lunch, and diner. You know what I'm saying? Easy. So you gotta avoid with him. That's why I do like the press proven for him to make it easier to avoid. And if you're thinking about winning in the air with him, go ahead and climb a tree with only your toenail. You're cooked. You're not winning. So Tolisso though has that ability with strength for a centre midfielder. He can hold his own. He can jump for sure. He doesn't have no aerial, but he can still win in the air if you're in the right position with momentum. And if you want to hold off some of the defenders, you can do it for a moment in time. He doesn't have the biggest frame, but he still has the ability with the decent strength of 90 bait. And if you're able to win in the air or able to hold off a player and you need to make a pass, which player is really top tier at pass? Are both of them, or is one doo-doo with a name on? Or both doo-doo? But look at here. We'll start off with Tolisso, and I'll put it like this. A lot of people enjoy pizza for sure. Some people don't. Think about a food that's very good, but it has to be made right for the most part. If you have a delicious slice of pizza from a certain company and they make it right, it's still pizza though, but another company and they make it no sauce, dry, cheese ain't pulling, garbage. It's still pizza though. That's Tolisso with the passing. Because for me, using these cards, there's one playstyle that makes passing so amazing for almost any card, and that's the Tiki Taka Barcelona. Tolisso does not have that. So there are moments in time where you want to make a great pass, and since the ball's coming at him, he has to take a touch, and it slows down the attack, making the pass horrendous a lot of time. He has great passing playstyles like the long ball, the incisive pass, which are great, but missing out on that one playstyle does lower it a little, making it quite annoying to play. What about Vitinha? Let's get back to the pizza. You see, with him, really, he's got the delicious pizza from the other spot, and then the delicious pizza from another spot. Two different places, both good pizza, because he's got the tiki taka, still got the long ball plus as well, along with ping pass and incisive pass, making this guy a top tier passer with the passing rating also at a 95.5. You feel me? I enjoyed his passing ability. He was sending in through balls. Although it didn't appear on the stat sheet in comparison, he was still a top tier passer that didn't make many error. And then when you make those passes, you might be able to do a quick 1-2 as a center midfielder and get into space. Can you put that ball in the back of the net? Who's the better finisher? Well, Vitinha has hidden with a finesse like Messi, which is a great play style to have for any type of attacking player. But Tolisso has the driven low play style, which is very deadly in the box. I'll put it this way though. For Vitinha, outside of the box, he can give you a great chance of scoring goals if you're able to use finesse with precision. If you're using regular, it's still kind of useless outside of the box. But Tolisso, on the other hand, in the box, if you get that opportunity, I do believe his finishing is top tier because his stats are very high. His finishing ability and clinicality was quite deadly when he got the chance. But Vitinha's is not bad whatsoever. But with all that being said, which card is actually the best card to pick up to work for you in the centre mid position? And who would I select for mine? Because one is more expensive than the other. Is the cheaper card worth selecting, or should you just get the more expensive card? Well, I'll say this. Using Vitinha and Tolisso, the card that was the most impactful in the game, that helped me perform the best, I will have to say is Vitinha. And for the extra amount of coins that Vitinha is worth, I do believe he will help you more in your games for either giving you assists, dribbling past the defense, and also be doing a pretty good job at defending as well. It would be more difficult if Tolisso had anticipate, but since he doesn't, it doesn't really matter with the standing tap. Vitinha is the better option for me. But wait, find out who's better with these cards right here. This video will be helpful for you. Yeah, bye.